Welcome back to another episode of the 50% Doctor Who podcast. Yay. We are back to
Cut it.
Okay. You don't want the applause?
No.
Okay, fair. We're back doing Classic Who reviews.
Yeah.
Yay. To everyone's excitement except our own.
Is anyone excited about that?
A lot of
Someone in the comments last week was like, yay, the Mark of Rani. They're going to be reviewing it finally.
Homies love Mark of the... Well, no, they don't. Homies love the Classic Who reviews.
I wanted to ask you about that.
What, Mark of the Rani's reception? I think it's just like, meh.
I got the vibe people like the Rani character more than they like the episode.
I believe that. I think that's a good
so I'm
thing.
not crazy then.
Yeah, so we're going to be reviewing Mark of the Rani. We also have some news. Doctor Who spin-off. Another one.
Well, this sort of came out like an hour ago. So thank God for that, because we had nothing to talk about.
Breaking news.
I had to talk about my fucking boring social life.
That's right. Oh, I got a sore tummy all of a sudden. Weird. Okay,
No.
So we're going to go through all of that in just a
news.
second. You can subscribe. As you can see, we're still here talking Doctor Who, so you can subscribe if you're new to the channel. We'll love you forever.
Have fun, bros.
Yeah, have fun. No matter where in the world you are right now.
Yeah.
You can subscribe.
Everyone's welcome.
You could be American. You could be British. In fact, right down below where you're watching from. That'll be very interesting.
Yeah, our top three is England, America, and Australia.
Yeah, but I feel like you'd expect that being like we're quite a Western podcast. You'd expect that, but I'm
Howdy
the
there,
good, the bad,
folks.
and the ugly theme. But I'm sure there's like someone watching in like some Antarctica or Lagos. Yeah,
Antarctica, that'd be a fun place to live.
who knows? Yeah, I'm not living there. Thanks.
That'd be all right, actually.
You'd like it? You just sit inside all day,
Just quite unique, isn't it?
go outside and froze your.
I wouldn't
your
mind if I
wing
sat
wong off.
inside all day. I don't like leaving the house.
That is fair. Well, I do like
me.
leaving the house, so I think I'd struggle.
Wouldn't have to put your beer in the fridge. You just leave it out on the side.
That's not bad. That's not bad, because fridge is notoriously annoying.
They are. You know how many germs are in fridges? Too many to count.
Well, it depends if you clean your fridge or not.
Even if you do.
Okay, well, thank you thank you for joining us for this Doctor Who podcast. Let's get into some juicy stuff. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 50Doctor, on TikTok at 50Doctor Who. Like I said, subscribe and donate to us down in the Ko-fi below.
50 podcast.
Can't get close there, ain't.
I was cutting it fine. Connor, can you cue up a sting that?
And I was having such a nice day.
Connor is in a rush today. He's like, let's get through this shit. I want to go home.
No, I'm sorry.
Welcome to the news. The news. I also so we got the spin-off thing that we're going to talk about in a second.
Yes.
But I also want to say there has been like a leaker, and it's not it's obviously not plot related or anything like that, because there's no Doctor Who going on at the moment.
Yeah.
But there's been articles written about this leak that has basically said that Disney is done with Doctor Who.
Oh, no.
But that it's looking pretty likely that another streamer is going to pick it up. Okay, so that I just want to say that on the top of the show. That's what's going on. That's sort of what I assumed would happen. Whether or not the streamer will pick up and co-produce it, or whether or not they'll just pick up the distribution rights.
Does that mean we'll get season 1 and 2 on the new streaming service as well?
That's why I'm like, it wouldn't. I don't know if a new streamer will pick it up to make the show, because it does feel weird that they'll be like an Amazon original starting from season 3.
Just put it on Stan. I mean, they already have one, the 13.
Yeah, but it depends where they can get the most money from, who they want to shop it out. I'm sure Stan would happily take it, but I'm sure Amazon would pay more.
Oh, Amazon. God,
Amazon's all right. They've got
hate
pretty
the streaming service.
It's a little buggy. I'll be real.
hate it.
It's a little buggy, but they have great movies on there. They get a lot of like little.
Do they?
Get a lot of like little indie films that I like.
Oh, dear.
Stuff that I like just hear and down when I put my head to the ground and I hear whispers.
Right.
I'm like, oh, that could be a good little indie film.
Right,
Lo and
okay.
behold, it's always on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's my thing. But yeah, and they do have they got an okay track record for their originals. I don't think they're particularly good or particularly bad, but they've got a lot of stuff from the BBC I've noticed has gone on to Prime for Australian distribution. So I don't see it as being a bad thing. If anything, I kind of rather it over Disney, because Disney's the mouse, and the mouse doesn't have a good track record of making film and TV at the moment.
No, and I think isn't Doctor Who Series 6 just randomly on Prime?
Maybe.
I think it is. It's just randomly on there.
Yeah, okay.
Don't know how.
Well, there you go.
Why,
the relationship has been established.
Yeah, I guess. All right. Oh dear. Prime. Come on.
I wouldn't be mad. Well, who would you rather?
Stan.
Max would be ideal. Stan would not co-produce it.
No, but they could dispute it.
But they won't want it. They won't want it to
Distribute?
be Stan. They won't want it to be Stan because Stan's an Australian only. Because they want it to be BBC and on Amazon
that makes sense.
worldwide.
Yeah, I reckon it will go to HBO Max.
I'd like that. I would, because they have, I think in America they have all the new Who back catalogue on there.
They do.
So that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind that.
Is Classic Who available in America anywhere?
Probably not.
Okay.
Who gives a flux?
So can we just get that back onto a streaming service once this new deal comes through? Because that's just super annoying. I had to use BBC iPlayer today to watch Mark of the Rani, and it's just super annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I would appreciate that too, but because it's just, it's a hassle doing that stuff.
It really is. It feels like it's just like, you know, there's Classic Who, and then there's New Who, and then there's Disney Who. So you have to have like 3 different platforms to watch.
Coming soon, Amazon Who.
Yeah, Amazon Who. Yeah, it's like now add a 4th one to the pile.
Yeah.
It's just too much for me. I can't keep up with it all.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, just get the Blu-rays.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no,
I started too late, Aiden.
I know. I get that. If I was in your position, I would not be jumping to buy the collection sets.
Thank you for allowing me to be lazy with my Blu-ray buys.
Nice guy.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, but I definitely believe this leak of Disney being out, because I think if Disney was going to pick up season 3, and maybe I'll have egg on my face after this, but I think we would have heard by now. You know what I mean? I feel like they would have made a decision by now.
Well, you do have egg on your face about something.
What?
Because you said in the War Between the Land and the Sea conversation we had like 2 episodes ago, that they're not going to be doing kids TV, .2 TV anymore.
Okay, well, let's move.
And here we are.
This is a slightly different argument though, but let's move on to this the spin-off talk that we were talking about. Okay, so it literally just came out. We're recording this on Thursday evening in Australia. So Doctor Who, this is a post by the BBC Media Centre. Doctor Who, the TARDIS is set to land on CBeebies. The BBC is looking for a production company to create and produce the series, which will run independently from the main show.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so a little animated series. It goes on to sort of say, everyone is welcome at CBeebies, including the Doctor. This much-loved franchise entertains millions around the world, so it is only right that our younger audience get to experience the wonder and the magic of the Doctor in a brand new format. This is an extremely exciting opportunity, and we are looking forward to welcoming companies to pitch for this new project as we continue our commitment and investment in the UK's animation industry. Right.
It's weird how they haven't found anyone to do it yet.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a weird way. I don't know maybe this is common practice in the UK. I don't know, because they just to welcome expression of interest. This stuff does happen with things, I think, but it's a weird way for us to find out that there's a Doctor Who spin-off going on. You know, like, and it's a kid seeing my point being Russell saying, it wasn't me that said this, it was Russell that said this. There's no money for children's TV. That's why he wouldn't do a children's Doctor Who spin-off. Definitely was talking about live action. I think he was talking about Sarah Jane Adventures in that situation. So whereas animation, definitely the future of kids TV is in animation. Really, that's where it's at.
Well, it's interesting. So who is it going to be? The current Doctor who's going to be
what, Rose?
Well,
Billy Piper.
Whoever's after Rose, like, is that going to be who's in the Adventures?
You saying the Avengers?
Adventures?
Oh, all right. I was like,
the Adventures.
Dun, dun,
dun, dun.
I reckon. I don't know, because for a kids show, you'd probably want those recurring faces. So you'd want it to be the same Doctor each week. So it's gonna be David Tennant.
Oh my god, this is so crazy.
It won't be David Tennant.
That'd be kind of cool though.
I would welcome it if every week it was a different Doctor and companion duo, and they probably won't always get the voice actor back for like Matt Smith or whatever that struggle to get them.
Use the bloke who does it on Big Finish.
Well, there you go. I'm fine with that. I really don't give a shit. But I feel like for a kids show, they might want that. Like Bluey, you'd be a bit weirded out if Bluey changed his face every week.
Right.
If like 1 week he's just ready.
Bluey's a girl.
Is he? She?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought Bluey was a guy.
I thought so as well.
My whole life.
No, Bluey's a girl.
What?
You can fact check it.
I'm fact checking now.
But I'm telling you, Bluey is a girl.
Wow.
They're two sisters, aren't they? Bluey and Reddy, or whatever the fuck her sister's name is. I haven't watched Bluey. My nephew watches it.
Yeah, Bluey's a girl.
Yep.
Well, there you go. I'm so
I
sorry.
thought Bluey was a boy as well.
I'm so sorry for assuming your gender, Bluey.
No, it's okay.
Did not intend to do that. Are you Bluey in this situation? You just...
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Well, Bluey is very much like the BBC is by the ABC, which is publicly funded.
Yeah.
So, and it's a worldwide hit.
Well, maybe this is the vibe for the spin-off.
I just don't see any Doctor Who property being a hit anymore.
No, I could see this animated thing if they get it right, because we're not sat there. We're like, if we watch this animated show or do reviews for it, it'd be so stupid for us to sit here and go like, oh, but the themes and the storylines and the structure.
Oh, wait for me to do that.
Because it's a kids show. Like you watch Bluey, and every week they're like, and this episode was all about how we're getting through it together. And I welcome that in kids' TV. You should have the themes thrown at them, at kids.
I think there's a Bluey episode that's number 1 on IMDb. It took over Ozymandias.
Really? The Breaking Bad episode?
Uh-huh. Yeah. And Battle of the Bastards.
Right.
I think Battle of the Bastards, Game of Thrones, and Ozymandias were like tied. I think the reason why Ozymandias is number 1 over Battle of the Bastards is because it has more reviews. And that's why it took it over.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure there's a Bluey episode that is number 1.
Well, maybe we'll have Doctor Who up there.
Yeah, Doctor Who. What was it? Doctor Who Tales of the TARDIS. So they've already done that.
Yeah,
that would have been a great name for the animated TV show.
Yeah, it would be. It would have been, but they've stolen it. Yeah. So looking for a production crew at the BBC. So that's interesting. We'll see if that comes to anything. It might not.
If you are looking for writers, just saying, I had a few good ideas up my sleeve. What's so funny? You've never written a script in your life.
No, I'm just saying.
Says Aiden to my face.
These writers are going to be listening to our podcast, eh? They're going to have gotten 12 minutes into this podcast. They're going to have heard you say that. Go, you know what? I trust this man.
Thank you. Well, you should. I would.
Yeah, that's a man that can write.
Let me ask my reference, me.
So we're talking about the future. Should we go to the past?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let me do the soundbite.
Oh yeah, it's time to talk about classic Doctor Who.
I'm feeling that tonight.
Good night, girls and boys.
This is the time where everyone switches off the podcast and they say they've heard enough of that.
Yeah.
Except that one person that was ecstatic for us to talk about Mark of the Rani. Obviously, we're doing this because the Rani came back a little bit in the finale, just a tad. The Mark of the Rani is the 3rd serial of the 2nd season of the British science fiction television series Doctor Who. First broadcast in 2 weekly parts on the BBC One on the 2nd and the 9th of February 1985. The serial is set in the mining village of Killingworth in northeast England in the 19th century. In the serial, the renegade Time Lords, the Rani, the Rani and the Master team up to take a chemical from humans' brains for use in the Rani's experiments. And the Master also, with them, I've literally just had a dyslexic episode, bang, with the Master also intending to use the brightest minds of the Industrial Revolution to make the Earth a base for himself.
Okay.
I'd said, I've not seen this episode before when we were talking about reviewing it.
Even though you own the set?
Yeah. I thought it was one that I just hadn't got around to watching, which is very unlike me. I know I've not watched Time Lash on that set.
Right.
And then I put it in and I was like, weird. I thought I'd watched up to Time Lash, but this was like disc 3. I was like, what? Did I just miss it or something?
Uh-huh.
The episode started on the first shot. I was like, oh, I watched this.
Okay. So you forgot that you'd watched it.
I'd forgotten I'd watched it.
That's always a great sign.
And it's also an episode that I think I watched the first 20 minutes of part 1 multiple times. Right. Because every time I watched it, I either fell asleep.
Okay.
I either shoved chopsticks into my eyes, or I did get like 20 minutes in and was like, I have not paid attention to anything that's going on. I can't hear it. I can't see it. Nor do I want to. So I've watched the first part a lot, annoyingly.
Right, okay.
And so I watched it again last night. Both parts back to back.
Cool. Double feature.
Yeah,
they're 45-minute episodes as well.
Yeah.
So it's like watching just normal episodes.
Yeah, normal TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
This episode is so boring.
Yeah.
Both
or just part one?
Both.
Okay.
There's something about it that I'm just on sleepy town the whole time. I'm like getting my pillow, I'm lying down, and I'm like, oh, it's time for bed. Aiden's having a nap now.
Okay.
That's me watching it. That's me. Yeah, how many times you got to press that fucking button?
Just getting used out of it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so just big sleepy time really is my review. Just lots of sleep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you? You watched it today?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah. I think I summed it up before. I mean, I think people just like it's the free Time Lords, which is kind of cool. It's a cool concept.
Yeah, and I do have pros to say about that. So
well, that's good.
Don't worry, I'm not just going to be poo-pooing whilst I sleep.
But I guess it's just super boring. And you know, when I started it, I actually was interested to watch it because I haven't seen any of the Rani stuff and I hadn't watched any of Colin's stuff in a while. And I know it's a short run like Shooty, so that's cool. And I guess I was kind of excited for that aspect. But then it started and it's in like, what era is it set in? It's like, they're on like wagons and shit.
It is set in the 19th century.
Right, and that's just a century I tolerate this century, but I don't enjoy it.
I like this kind of era.
Says that?
My
First
dad.
Doctor.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep, same person.
So same person. So I just instantly, when I saw that kind of thing, I was like, oh no, I don't really like this.
Oh dear, we are in trouble.
I don't like this kind of time. And then I guess the thing, like, I didn't know the Master was in it either, but he was in I don't know why iPlayer does this. He was on like the thumbnail for the episode.
Right.
And I was like, I would have preferred just to have not known that. And then, you know, they use him a lot, don't they, the Master? I don't and
he's a lot more sparingly in this.
Yeah.
From once Anthony Ainley comes in, he's a lot less, like sort of once, maybe twice a season, sometimes skips a season.
The cameo Master?
No, he gets full episodes.
Yeah.
But like Roger Delgado in Pertwee's era is in like every episode.
Yeah. Hello, Doctor, it's me again.
Yeah. There's every time there's a villain, you know that at the end of part 2 or 3, that villain is going to take their face off and it is going to be the Master.
Right.
And it's kind of just like great. You're just like, yeah, right, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
That's definitely the Master just doing an inappropriate accent.
Yeah, okay. Oh, right, okay. And then the Rani rocks up, what, like 20, 30 minutes
about halfway through the first part.
Yeah. And it's cool. It's not the worst episode of New Who, a classic Who I've ever seen, but it's also just kind of boring. And it has, there's these weird like there's these weird creatures in like these like glass tubes.
Yeah, like a little baby dinosaur.
And the way they make them crazy is by not making them sleep or something. Is that you and I right now?
So yes. So she is the ruler of a planet. And
who, Rani?
And yeah. She's like and especially doing a lot of experiments and stuff, and her experiments have gone wrong, and everyone on that planet cannot sleep now. And so she needs this particular chemical from humans.
Yes. To
be able to do her experiments and get her race, the Rani race, to go to sleep.
Right. And it's also like 2 days before like the meeting of these like geniuses who are coming together to like revolutionize humanity.
Yeah, she loves that kind of thing.
So also I was an underrated Doctor like Colin. It was cool to see him again.
Yeah, he's cool. It's definitely one where him and Nicola are a bit too, like, they just don't seem like, he's just not nice to her. like his doctor is not nice to Perry.
No, it's weird, isn't it? I don't understand that really.
And I think come the Dalek one later in the series, it's still very much like that. But there is some form of camaraderie there. Like there's something. Like he gives her a lot of shit. Like he's just chatting shit to her. Yeah, doesn't he call her fat at one point?
Something like that.
He is rude, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like they have developed a bit by that point. Whereas here, it still just feels like no one wants to be there, including myself watching it.
Yeah, well, didn't they dial it down in Trial of Time Lord?
Yeah, they're bros.
Yeah, it's weird because like the wickedly talented Nicola Bryant, is great, and I really like her as a companion. But it is funny because I was thinking that today, where it's like they really just kind of write him to be this incredibly like unlikable person to the extent where like the Rani like disses her at the end or was like trying to kill her and he's like, she's not useless to me, and it's like, okay, you kind of don't act like it at all. It's just an interesting like I wonder what they were going for. I'm not that surprised why his Doctor wasn't as well received. Now looking back on it, I can watch it in like hindsight and see it from a different angle.
Yeah.
But I can definitely understand why, particularly probably younger people watching this, just being like, what's the deal with him? Because like, what's the deal with the Doctor?
It's a weird one because usually when you watch Doctor Who, especially when you're younger, you're kind of waiting for the Doctor scenes. Like quite often, it's like the scenes that the Doctors aren't in are the ones that you might disengage from. Obviously, we've had great Doctor-like episodes, and I'm not saying now that that's
Name
what
10.
I think. Now, I'm not saying that's what I think going into it.
Right.
But I think like it's weird when you watch this and you kind of get. For me, I was getting bored of the Colin and Perry stuff. I didn't find it that enjoyable watching them, but every time we'll go to the Master and the Rani, I was like, ooh,
Right.
I'm going to eat this up.
Yeah, because you like your Time Lord stuff, don't you?
I don't really give a shit about that. I just think they were fun. They were fun, like
It's a
weird
cool idea.
dynamic. And look, here's what I kind of thought. I was like, a few weeks ago, we were talking about like fan wanky spin-offs.
Yes.
And I thought, here's a fun fan wanky spin-off. The Master and the Rani.
Sure.
Just getting up to no fucking good. Maybe like some Loki style look of the show. Like
Sure.
a bit of like a weird, funky show.
Yeah,
A bit
okay.
dark.
Okay.
But like, and she's camp. He's a bit camp.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be really fun.
No, it's an interesting dynamic. And but it seems like they did it maybe a little bit too late in the show for it to. It never really went anywhere, I guess.
Well, she comes back.
One time.
Now twice.
Yeah, true, I guess. But it seems like a late addition to a show that's already doing bad in like viewing figures.
Well, that's why they're trying to like bring it in, spice it up.
I know. It's
You're
just,
trying to say that a show is just dying and it's like, we'll just keep doing the same thing.
no,
That's the definition of insanity.
no. I'm saying that it's too little, too late. I think
Yeah.
with a cool. So is Doctor Who woke back in the day because there's a time lady?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Too woke for me. The woke agenda has
Yeah.
come for Doctor Who.
So the Rani is like in a sense. Well, they definitely were going for like the Master but female.
Yeah, no, but she's a bit different, I think, because
Who's
he's
also a scientist.
he's very sinister and he's not a scientist. He's like wants to like fuck shit up, like because his whole plan is like he wants to rule the world or some shit. Whereas her thing is all about her experiments, and there's like a clear difference where I think at first she's like, why the fuck would I be a part of your plan? And he's like, well, let me tell you why, because this can actually benefit your experiments. And then that's why she says yes to team up with him. And I thought that was like a cool thing to like separate them.
But there's even a line in the episode where it's like, I wouldn't go as far as killing anyone. I'm not like the Rani. And it's like, yes, you are. What are you talking about? You kill people all the time.
Killed a lot of people, notoriously.
So and
Killed
then
the Doctor about 8 times.
Yeah. So when did he get burnt last time?
When he get burnt.
Well, they say like last time I saw the Master, he was like burnt.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because he was the crispy master long before this.
Right.
So I don't. Yeah, he's been Anthony Ainley for a few runs, a few
Right.
episodes now.
It was
So
probably just in the episode
maybe he just
that he was in.
maybe just
before this.
on fire. Just
It's weird
so-
because it sounded like Perry knew it happened, which is weird.
Well, maybe. I wonder if he's in. I've not seen this one. Let me have a Google.
Is Perry in the caves of Uldrasani?
and Rosani?
Yeah.
I think she might be. Yeah, she would be. So here's my theory: is that he's in Planet of Fire. We'll find out, and we'll see if I have egg on my face.
Makes sense. 'Cause
He is. Yes.
Makes sense.
So he obviously must burn to death in the Planet of Fire, which is Nicola Bryant's. I believe it's her introduction story.
So where is she from? I know she's from America. So is she
America.
from Earth in
Guns
America?
and shit.
Earth in America.
Like to fire rubber bullets at Australian journalists.
Right, yeah.
Get your shit together, America.
Topical, isn't it?
Yeah, it's stupid, isn't it?
So
So it is Peter Davison's penultimate story as the Doctor. It marks the departure of Turlo
right.
and Chameleon. Have you met Chameleon yet? Have you seen a Chameleon episode?
Oh, I know the Chameleon arc.
Nope. Nice
I know
try.
the Chameleon circuit.
Do you know the Chameleon, the robot companion?
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's loose. He's loose.
I do actually. Yeah.
So that's Turlo and Chameleon's last story, and introduces Nicola Bryant as Perry Brown.
right, and
There
then
you
she's
go.
in Caves of Uldrasani, and then
Androzani, yeah.
and then the Revenge of the Cybermen.
Revenge of the Cybermen is a Tom Baker story, Connor,
The Attack of the Cybermen.
and a lot more episodes as well.
Well, what's the one from this beginning of this series? This is the Cybermen episode.
It might be Attack is the first one, maybe. Yeah, I think.
Hey now.
Look at you go.
Yep.
Okay, the Rani's TARDIS I thought was a great set. I really like that set. That like dark kind of, I don't know. There was something about that console. I just wanted to like play.
It has the spiral thing in the middle.
Yeah, everything
Yeah.
about it. I liked that it was like a dark, like the console was like black or something.
Back in the day when everyone had TARDISes.
Yeah, the homies all had TARDISes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is cool. Didn't everyone think we would see the Rani's TARDIS in Wishworld and
Well, a popular thing, and this is so dumb. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, the space babies that are all in the test tubes.
Yep.
That must be the Rani's TARDIS.
That kind of makes sense.
Can't have two test tubes in the Doctor Who universe. Oh no."
That would have been a cool way to bring back space babies into the other one's living rooms.
What? So Rani would just say, "You were in my TARDIS before, Doctor."
And didn't you notice my TARDIS before?
Haven't you ever seen my TARDIS before?
Never seen a TARDIS before. so wait,
Waiting.
the Doctor knew the Rani,
Yeah.
but we'd never seen her before.
Yes. Yeah, because like when she's like, "Hi, I'm the Rani," he's like, "Fucking of course it is."
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Direct quotes there.
Direct quote from
quotes.
Colin Baker.
Mhm. So yeah, there's some great sequences in this episode where the TARDIS gets thrown down a well, and my favorite.
Oh, shit. The shed was a memory
I thought
of the TARDIS.
I thought you were gonna press wow.
Oh yeah, there's a well.
Wow.
Yeah, the well's
I think
back.
it's the well from the well.
Could be the well from the well. To be
Yeah,
fair,
wow.
no one brought that back, did they? They were talking about the
midnight?
space babies, Rani's TARDIS. I think the
Midnight
well
in
was right there.
19th century.
Could be on that one.
Okay.
And another great sequence, the fucking iconic finale, the cliffhanger at the end of part one. The Doctor just rolling downhill, just zoomies.
Yeah, strapped into the bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
As
That was,
Perry runs after him.
yeah, Doctor, stop!
no,
Slow
stop.
down, Doctor.
I can't.
Yeah, he's like, holy fuck. He looks like he's doing what's it? Bobsledding.
Yeah.
He's bobsledding.
Yeah. Do you think he was just reading this shit, Colin, being like, "This is trash"?
I think he'd, if you read that script now in 2025, you'd be like, oh, it would probably be a fun day when I get to go down that hill.
Right.
In the 80s, I feel like you'd be like, I'm going to die. There is no health and safety. I don't know how they filmed it. I feel like they genuinely just strapped Colin on and just said,
someone's
run
at
for your life.
bottom of the hill getting ready to catch him
yeah,
before he
I'll catch you, Colin.
Yeah.
Good, we'll go.
yeah, before he flies off into a bush.
Yeah.
Not the worst cliffhanger I've ever seen.
It was fine. It was probably the best part. One of the best pieces of the episode. It was silly.
It is silly.
Yeah. It
It's the kind of thing you expect when you watch classic Who.
Especially like 80s. The 80s stuff.
Definitely. I do like the whole 45-minute episodes thing is really cool.
Yeah, I think it really works in this one. I do.
Keep doing it. It's just I hate these like multiple parts. They always have to write in a cliffhanger and it sucks, and
Yeah.
it's like they're just struggling to like end the episode with some dumbass cliffhanger.
Welcome to Classic Who.
Like so many cliffhangers are just like Tom Baker's Doctor like slipping and falling, and it goes.
Yeah, and next week he just stands up and
Yeah.
keeps going.
That was close.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a close call.
Like this
Anyway.
is a Doctor Who cliffhanger. Ready? Okay. And now, Connor, we're here. We're doing the podcast. Oh my God! Did you see that? Wow! And then
it's
when we
like-
come back, we go.
Oh, it was nothing.
Oh, what was that? Oh yeah, it was just a fly.
It was nothing.
It was a fly.
They have to write in these dumbass cliffhangers, which I'm not here for.
Nah, of course not.
So,
But it's also the nature of TV at the time, really, isn't it? It was a bit shit.
yeah. So this didn't do well, like viewing figure wise, did it?
This got 6.3 million views for part 1 and 7.3 for part 2. Here's what Mark Braxton had to say, writing for the Radio Times.
Okay.
A refreshing earthbound delight in an undistinguished area of off-world Futurama. He praised the location filming, the scenes between the Doctor, the Master, and the Rani, and aspects of the design, such as the Rani's TARDIS.
Sounds like he loves it.
And which he said was absolutely gorgeous. You just kick my leg.
I was just moving my leg.
You just fucking kick me in the shin, mate.
Enough.
He says the set was absolutely gorgeous. Is this Russell T Davis? It was absolutely gorgeous. Quite the best piece of design in the show for an age. However, he characterized the dialogue as a mixture of wonderful and woeful.
Wasn't it Terrence Dicks?
No, it was Pip and Jane Baker.
Okay.
The Baker brothers, siblings.
What does Terrence Dicks write?
Terrence Dicks just writes a bunch of Doctor Who.
Yeah, but what?
He wrote the 5 Doctors.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he was on just recently.
Yeah, that was a bit of a comeback for him, if I'm correct.
Terrence Dicks made a comeback.
What is this podcast? What is this? I'm so sorry. Thanks for doing all this with us, guys. Putting up with this fucking nonsense.
Yeah. Well,
That's why we're here.
I got to crack jokes. That's why I'm
You
here.
got crack jokes?
That's why I got to crack jokes. Please.
I see.
Make me sound like some kind of druggy.
Yeah, well,
You
not wrong.
fucking druggo.
Yeah. So, yeah, people are all kind of saying it's fine, really. Mark Braxton sounds like he loves it, but the homies all kind of seem to say it's fine.
Where is Mark now, do you reckon?
Mark Braxton?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How fun to just be...
I bet he's an old guy sat with like a cup of tea in his little house, and he's like, my biggest regret in life was giving Mark the Rani a 3 out of 5. Should have been a 2.
We should send this to him.
Yeah.
What a fun job just to write TV reviews
It would be great.
for the newspaper.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good. And you get screeners.
Yeah.
So you
I don't
can
like the
watch it
idea of
early.
that though, because they always like have your name plastered across it.
That's true.
Don't want that.
Well,
I want to be immersed. I don't want your like compressed 1080p download link.
yeah. No, that is true. I think they stopped doing them with Doctor Who though. 'Cause remember with season 2, they only did
I only did the first 2 episodes.
Revolution and Lux.
And Lucky Lux, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which is weird. Like, I don't know why they didn't just keep doing it.
Yeah, I get it with the Well. They didn't want the big twist to come out.
Oh yeah, it was such a secret already.
Wow.
Yeah, no one knew that.
No one knew that shit
Secret
was coming.
was coming.
So the Doctor and the people are being turned into trees.
Yeah. Which is kind of nice.
It's fun. Yeah, it's very much like we're so used to people like dying and being exterminated and blown up and shit. But this episode is just like, we're just getting turned into trees, you know? Like if I was to be killed in the Doctor Who universe and someone said, all right, you can either get like your body ripped apart and put into a cyber suit to become a Cyberman, or you can become a tree. I'm definitely becoming a Cyberman.
Right.
Kidding, tree. But tree.
Here's the thing though. Technically, I think, I've been thinking about this a lot. If you get cremated and then like you sprinkle your ashes into...
Don't cremate me.
Don't cremate me into like a plant pot
Mm.
and then the tree grows, technically you are that tree.
So we could become tree.
Correct. I think that's kind of a nice way
Definitely.
to be,
Yeah.
because people put ashes in the ocean,
Yes.
so then you become fish food.
Fish.
Yeah.
Become. Maybe that's the plot of The War Between Land and the Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop
Yeah.
burying your dead in
Yeah.
our waters.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Well, not really, but
No. This podcast is going places today.
yeah.
Yeah. So, what the fuck were we talking about? It was.
I don't know. Trees.
Everyone's becoming trees. The
Yeah.
best one was when there was like two people carrying the doctor and
Yes.
they became trees
Yes.
and he's just hanging
Classic.
between trees.
That is fun.
That was very funny.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm being too harsh on this episode.
And Nicola's getting like strangled by a tree.
Mm.
That's great.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Who writes this shit, man?
Pip and Jane Baker, they don't have the best track record.
Like,
with
who
Doctor Who.
thinks of this stuff?
Pip and Jane Baker. That's all I can say.
Then they'll become trees.
Yeah.
Colin
Yeah,
Baker,
and then they become trees.
and then another Baker.
So we've got Colin, we've got Pip, and we got Jane, the three Bakers.
right.
Yeah, there you go. That's what they should have called the behind the scenes documentary for this one.
The Three Bakers era.
Yeah. So Pip and Jane did Mark of the Rani. And then in The Child of the Time Lord, they did parts 9 to 12 and 14. So they did the third serial of The Child of the Time Lord, and I
That's,
think the climax as well.
That's Mel's first serial.
Yeah, the Terror of the Vervoids.
Yeah.
And then they also did Time and the Rani as well. So the second Rani one.
This is an episode, though, that I always hear people talk about.
Yeah, I think I hear a lot more love for Time of the Rani. There's a lot of like defenders for Time of the Rani that are like, this episode's shit, but it's fun. Like Geeks is the Time of the Rani defender.
Mm.
Yeah.
So what's the other one called?
This one's Mark of the Rani.
Right. That's
Time of the Rani is the one that I'm saying.
And that's
people.
Sylvester's first episode.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. There you're learning your classic Who waves.
I always knew that.
I believe she also comes back in the Children in Need 30th
Dimensions in
anniversary.
Time?
That's it. Dimensions in Time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe she's in that.
Which isn't canon, technically.
Kind of is, kind of isn't. There was shots from Dimensions in Time of the Rani put into Wish World,
That's cool.
and they were extended. They used they extended the frame,
Nice.
and so now everyone's like, "Wow!" So Dimensions of Time, canon.
From 4x3 to 16x9.
Yeah, but it's canon because it was in the main show.
Oh, yeah, true.
So
True.
canon. There you go. Don't fight it.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
We should review that one day.
Dimensions in Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a laugh.
That could
It'll
be
a
fun.
laugh. Could be fun. I think it's only like 30 minutes or something. Maybe I'm probably wrong.
Is it on like Daily Motion or something?
It'll be somewhere.
You ever seen it?
Nah.
Okay.
We'll find it. We will laugh and say how good.
Is Tom Baker in it?
No idea. I know
Pertwee,
Pertwee, Colin, and Silver in it. I know that.
Right.
Not sure about anyone else.
Okay.
Not sure.
Okay.
So the episode ends with them, with the Doctor sabotaging the Rani's TARDIS. It goes voop, 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 and the dinosaurs start falling out of their test tubes, smashing, and something
crazy
because
frame
of time
is- yeah.
things makes the dinosaurs grow bigger.
Mm,
And that is that the last we saw of them?
I think so.
Yeah.
Just to be, yeah, who knows what happens to them.
Mystery. They come back. We know that.
The Rani succeeds.
Yes. Yeah. Rani goes back to Rani Land.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Does that mean there's still a bunch of people that are sleepless in?
I think so.
In Rani Land.
I think so, yeah.
You would have thought the Doctor will go. That does sound horrible. So I'm gonna go fix that.
It is strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so, yeah. It's just
Yeah.
so whack. I watch Classic Who and I'm like, God, why was this show so popular? Who's watching
Because it was the
this?
TV of the time.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Like yeah. And then the Doctor and Perry, they say goodbye to the Industrial Revolution
yeah,
folks.
yeah.
And off they go, just like every Classic Who story.
And how did they do it?
How'd they do it?
That's what they say at the end. And how did they do it? The materialization.
Silly. Haven't you ever seen a TARDIS before?
Never seen a TARDIS before. It is fine to me when, like, before they walk in the room, those two Inventor guys are like, it would be so pointless asking the Doctor a question. He never answers properly. It's like, you've known him like 5 minutes. You're talking about him like he's an old friend.
Maybe they are. Big Finish.
That's just what this is what's so weird about it. Stuff like that just takes me out of the episode.
Fair.
And actually, I got excited when I knew it was ending. Don't think I closed off BBC iPlayer quicker.
You were like finger on the pulse, ready.
Yeah.
The moment that woo hits yourself.
Actually,
Actually, best part about the episode,
credits.
I love the 80s theme.
So good.
I love it. It's so nostalgic to me, particularly the Davison one. But yeah, it was nice to jump back to this era and see those themes again.
That theme is very nice. I like the text as well.
Yeah, it's great. I just love like the weird synthiness of it. Bring it back.
So why was Perry dressed like in like?
Not
she
sure.
Was they were meant to be going to
Not sure.
somewhere dancing.
It's giving Romana in her like schoolgirl fit in City of Death, or I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the hat that magically stays on.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like hovering on the
Time Lord hat, to
on
be
the
fair.
end of her
Time Lord
head.
hat.
Remember Sonic Corner, like that they put like pins in it,
Yeah, well,
They pin it to the
that
head.
makes a lot of sense.
but that's more of a fashion statement rather than skincare.
She loves her fashion.
Yeah, fair enough.
Romana loves her fashion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
another time lady.
A lot of time, ladies.
Woke
Woke.
woke
Who?
storytelling.
Woke. Yeah, so Doctor Who was woke back in the 70s.
Yeah,
There you go.
the Rani, Romana, the Doctor, the Master.
So we got 4 Time Lords.
That could be really cool.
Yeah, the 4 Time Lords.
Don't really get that anymore, do you, with New Who?
I mean, look, at the same time, we're saying, oh, yeah, we should add all these 4 Time Lords together. Every finale, they're just like throwing everything into like a shit mix. So I feel like maybe we don't actually want this because they sort of, well, they were like the Rani, the Doctor, the Rani again with Miss Flood and Omega. And it was all happening.
If the Doctor, the Rani, Romana, and the Master go out to Nando's, who picks up the bill?
I feel like I actually don't know.
Yeah, what a dumb question.
I don't know. I don't know who handles the beers better. Who can have 4 million beers between the 4 of them?
Oh, the Master, definitely.
Yeah, I reckon them. But I reckon if it was Colin Baker's version of the Doc, I reckon he'd smash beers.
Do you reckon?
I reckon he's
After a long day of doctoring.
he's like the guy that has a T-shirt that says "I only drink beer."
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I love hard beer.
Yeah. I used to have a T-shirt with a bear in it, held up a sign saying "We'll hug for beer."
I bet.
Classic.
I bet.
Great dad T-shirt.
Is it? Do you still?
Do I own
Do
it?
you still offer that?
Yeah.
Cool. We'll hug afterwards.
I'll wear it next. I'll tell you what. I'll wear it on
Yes,
the.
you should. Wear
When
it
I
on the
moved
pod.
house, I found it, and
Yes.
I was like, I don't know if it'll still fit me, but I'll wear it. We'll
Yeah.
hug for beer.
I don't care, mate. If it's a crop top, it'll look good.
I just walk in with like skin tight. We'll hug for beer. I think I bought it in America or something.
Fuck
but yeah, I'll wear it on the podcast next time.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
When we review,
I don't know what we're doing next week,
I
actually.
don't know.
Oh, I think we'll do the ambassador. Oh, it's 6 parts. Fuck. Or 7, maybe.
We're back to Tom Baker.
Peter Davison.
Why are we on Peter Davison now?
Because we were reviewing the season 7 collection set before the new season.
That's the new collection set coming out.
The one that has come out.
Okay.
It came out just before the new season started, so we reviewed the first 2 stories. We're up to the Ambassadors of Death.
So why the hell did we start that random Tom Baker season?
Yeah, because we needed something to review. Who cares? This is for us to talk about Alpha. We will come back to season 18. We started reviewing it.
Everyone loves to hear
We
this
did one
stuff.
story, and then the season 7 set came out, so we started reviewing that.
Too late. Well, no, it was before season 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we reviewed a story from season 18, then the season 7 set came out, so we jumped to that, and then season 2 started.
Thank you for that clarification.
What do you want from me?
Don't know. Consistency.
Sorry. All right, folks, let's review. Let's put a rating in there for the Mark of the Rani.
Yes.
What are you going to give it, Connor?
5.
5.
5 snores out of 10.
5 snores. So, okay, you and this season are on a very similar trajectory. Sorry, every episode for you this season is. Because you have given Attack of the Cybermen and the 2 Doctors both a 5. So the only one that you've given a higher rating is Revelation of the Daleks,
Dalek
which you gave it
episode.
7. I'm going to give this a 6.
I'm surprised they go that at 7 because I remember thinking it was quite good actually.
No, I'm going to give this a 5.5 because I also gave Revelation a 7, and I feel like it's more than 1 point ahead of this episode, so I'm going to give this a 5.5.
Remember the Revelation cliffhangers that thing just falling on the Doctor?
Colin cliffhangers are fire.
Yeah. It's just,
We've got him fucking bobsledding. We've got a wall falling on him.
I was expecting more violence because this was the era that got in trouble for being too violent. Remember that?
Yeah, there's just like a few scenes throughout this season that
Doesn't
people
a dog
were a
get
bit...
zapped in this episode?
A dog got zapped?
Yeah, the dog that's barking too much. It got zapped or something.
Did it? There was a dog that was barking.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's there if you want it.
I cheered.
it's not there. That's the wrong soundbite.
Fell for it.
You played me like a fiddle.
I thought it was there as well. I'm not gonna lie. There you go.
Let me recreate that. Okay, ready? There was a dog in this episode. Thank you.
And it's in me.
You
You got a doggy on your.
Got a dog on my jumper, mate, because I got a dog in me. Guys, thanks for watching. Like we said, Ambassadors of Death. Next week, I think it's 7 parts, which makes me want to cry. But I was loving season 7 so far, so it will be good to go back to review that.
Oh, Aaron, what are you doing to me?
Yeah, well, you got to chip away at them throughout the week.
Which is what I never do. I always leave it to the last minute.
Literally, I messaged Connor today and was like, "Oh, can we do the pod at 5?" And you're like, "I'll go finish work, drive home." Fair enough. And then you're like, "I've got to watch both the episodes as well." And I was like, "Why are you leaving it?"
I don't know. I don't know why I do
Yeah,
it.
that's fair.
I don't learn.
Yeah.
I don't learn. Maybe I can start. Maybe I can turn a new leaf with season 15.
15?
What is it? Season
7.
Fucking what?
John Pertwee.
Are we doing a Pertwee era?
Yeah.
I thought we were doing Peter Davison.
Oh my god.
What's going on? Anyway,
You don't listen to me when I talk.
Goodbye,
I just talk and you just go,
farewell.
Yeah, we need to go to sleep. Thanks for watching. See you next week. It's Aidan Connor's podcast. We're doing Doctor Who reviews. Doing Doctor Who snooze. Do.
Yes, it's the mark of the Rani.
I don't know.
She is here to stay.
Yeah, that was one of those pods where I'm like, don't know if we did a good job of that pod.
We did great, honestly.
Don't know.
I think, nah.
I don't think we did a good review, but I think hopefully there was entertainment value.
I think we've been doing this long enough now to be able to come in here and at least do a good show. I think that is a fact.
We just bullshit.
No, I mean it.
No, sometimes I think we rock up and both of us are like, fuck. And
Definitely.
so we just say just whatever.
Definitely one of those days.
And probably maybe they're the fun of pods, you know?
Oh, definitely.
We can start talking about
Fridges.
no, what was the name that he made a sexual joke about?
Terrence Dix coming back.
That was it.
Yes.
That was it.
You're welcome, everyone, for that original joke.
Yeah, everyone's gonna tell their friends.
Tell your friends about the pod.
You can do that. All right.
Goodbye. Sleepy time.